Have you ever walked into a room full of people nodding, clapping, smiling, and deep down, all you could think was, I don't belong here. They're going to find out I'm a fraud. This was just luck. Sound familiar? That little whisper in the back of your mind that says, you're not ready. You're not enough. You're not really who they think you are. That, my friend, is self-doubt. And no matter how successful someone looks on the outside, we've all felt it. What is self-doubt? Let's talk about the voice that nobody else hears, but you hear it loud and clear. That voice that whispers, who do you think you are? They're going to find out you're not good enough. Don't mess this up. That, right there, is self-doubt, and it lives in all of us, even in the people you admire. Even in the ones who seem fearless on stage, flawless in meetings, and untouchable online. The truth? Self-doubt doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you're the CEO, the artist, the teacher, the student, or the stay-at-home parent juggling a million things at once. And the most twisted part? It grows the more you achieve. Ever heard of imposter syndrome? It's when you reach a goal, land the job, win the award, get the applause, and instead of feeling proud, you feel like, this must be a fluke. I got lucky. They're going to figure out I don't actually know what I'm doing. You doubt your qualifications. You discredit your accomplishments. You feel like you're wearing a mask, even when you're earning your place. Imagine this. You walk into a room, heart pounding. You're about to give a presentation. You're the most prepared person there. But inside, you feel like a kid who snuck into the grown-ups meeting. That's imposter syndrome. And it's so much more common than you think. But the worst part? We suffer in silence. We think we're the only ones doubting ourselves. But we're not. We're just the only ones who think we're the only ones. The root causes of self-doubt. Now let's go deeper. Where does this self-doubt actually come from? Spoiler, you weren't born doubting yourself. You learned to. Some of it comes from childhood. Maybe you were praised only when you achieved. Maybe you were criticized when you didn't meet expectations. So your brain wired itself to believe, I must be perfect to be worthy. Others carry wounds from school, from failure, from relationships, moments when your voice was ignored, your effort dismissed, your uniqueness ridiculed. And so, a new belief quietly formed. I shouldn't stand out. It's safer to shrink. I'm only enough if I meet the standard. Now let's talk about perfectionism. Oh man, perfectionism is a silent destroyer. It dresses itself up as ambition, but underneath, it's fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of failing. Fear of being seen, flaws and all. When perfectionism takes over, every mistake feels like a moral failure. A typo becomes shame. A delay becomes proof you're not cut out for this. You become your own harshest critic, never satisfied, never enough. And then, there's social media. You open your phone and boom, everyone's living their best life. Six-packs, soulmates, six-figure salaries. You're over here just trying to drink enough water and not lose your mind. You start comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel, and self-doubt settles in like a fog. Why does it look so easy for them? What am I doing wrong? But what you're seeing isn't real. It's curated, edited, lit from the right angle and filtered through the perfect lens. Comparison is the thief of joy, but worse than that, it's the fuel of self-doubt. Let me say this clearly, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are just living a life that's real, unfiltered, and still in progress. And that is beautiful. The art of reframing. Let's get into something transformational. Because if self-doubt is the storm, then reframing is the umbrella. Reframing is the art of taking a thought that's been beating you down for years and turning it into a tool that lifts you up. It's not lying to yourself. It's telling yourself the whole truth, not just the parts fear keeps replaying. Let me show you what I mean. Your brain says, you're not experienced enough. Reframe. I'm still learning, and that makes me open, adaptable, and ready to grow. Your brain says, you always mess things up. Reframe. I've made mistakes, but I've learned from every one of them, and that's why I'm getting stronger. Your brain says, I don't deserve this opportunity. Reframe. I've earned this step. I've shown up. And I'm still becoming. This moment is part of my becoming. Reframing doesn't erase the doubt. It gives you power in the presence of it. And like any art, it's something you get better at with practice. Try this. Start a thought audit journal. Write down every time that inner critic shows up. Then counter it. Online. One sentence of truth. Use cognitive reappraisal. Ask yourself, what else could this mean? Shift perspective, like adjusting the focus of a lens. Practice mindfulness. Notice the thought, but don't become the thought. Let it float by like a cloud. You're the sky, not the storm. Because here's the thing. Your brain has been writing the same script for years. It's time for a rewrite. It's time for your voice to take the lead. At the building a foundation of self-belief, okay. Let's talk about self-belief. Not the kind you fake for social media. Not the loud kind that shouts to cover insecurity. I'm talking about the deep, quiet kind. The kind that whispers, "You've got this." Even when you're trembling. Even when no one's clapping yet. And like any foundation, self-belief has to be built, brick by brick. The first brick? Self-compassion. Look, being hard on yourself might have gotten you results in the past, but it never got you peace. And without peace, what's the point? Self-compassion is how you become your own teammate. It's choosing kindness over criticism. It's saying, I messed up, and I'm still worthy. I didn't hit the mark, but I showed up, and that matters. The second brick? Celebrate your wins. Especially the small, weird, no one else noticed ones. Because when you ignore your progress, you reinforce the lie that you're not doing enough. But when you acknowledge every small step, you train your brain to recognize success as something you create, not something you chase. Got out of bed on a hard day? That's strength. Spoke your truth even when your voice shook? That's courage. Said no to something that drained you? That's alignment. And the third brick? Support. Real, honest, brave support. You don't have to do this alone. Find a mentor, a coach, a friend, a therapist, someone who reminds you of your power when your own reflection gets blurry. And here's a little truth bomb. Believing in yourself doesn't mean never having doubt. It means not letting that doubt make your decisions. Self-belief is built in the recovery moments, the bounce backs, the deep breaths, the I'm not quitting moments when no one else is watching. And if you're still reading this, still showing up for your journey, still choosing growth even when it's uncomfortable, you're building it right now. Sustaining self-belief. A continuous journey, self-belief isn't a one-time event. It's not a mountain you climb and say, okay, I've made it, I'm confident now. It's a garden, and gardens need daily care. Sunlight, water, time. And yes, sometimes you'll need to pull the weeds of old thoughts that try to grow back. Sustaining self-belief means showing up every day, especially the ones where you feel like hiding. It means saying your affirmations even when your voice is shaky. It means journaling your truth even when your mind is loud with lies. It means visualizing the life you're building even when it hasn't fully formed yet. You want to rewire your brain? You want to shift your self-perception? Then make it a ritual, not a reaction, a rhythm. Start your mornings with intention. Today, I choose to believe I am capable. I am growing. I am enough. End your nights with reflection. Here's what I did right today. Here's what I'm proud of. Here's what I'll try again tomorrow. Keep a victory journal. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Just track one small win a day. You'll start stacking evidence that you're not just showing up, you're changing. And when life throws doubt at you, because it will, you'll have receipts. You'll have proof of who you're becoming. And here's the deeper truth. Confidence isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about never letting doubt make your decisions. It's about knowing deep down that the voice telling you you're not enough is just an echo of old programming. And you're not an echo. You're the voice. You're the author. You're the energy shaping a future only you can bring to life. Final takeaway, plus call to action. So here's the final message I want to leave with you. You are not your doubt. You are not your fear. You are not your past. You are the one who keeps showing up. You are the one who rises. You are the one who is still here, still dreaming, still daring, still becoming. And if no one has told you this lately, you're doing better than you think. You're more powerful than you believe. And you are absolutely worthy of the life you're building. So here's your challenge. Take one limiting belief you've been holding on to, Write it down, then rewrite it into a declaration. Say it out loud every day this week. And if you're feeling bold, drop it in the comments. Let someone else see your light and remind them of their own. Let's rewrite the narrative. Let's normalize growth. Let's make self-belief the new standard, not perfection, not performance, but presence. This isn't the end. This is the beginning. You've gone from doubt to destiny. Now walk in it.